Good day. Today I'll be showing you one of the more advanced graphic calculator from Casio, the Casio FX CG 20, and this is the calculator. So let's make the screen bigger. So I'll be so the see the calculator, the FX CG 20 has a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then additional functions A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K up to L. So the same as with the glass ways, to access these modes, just press equal or execute for the number that corresponds to the icon. So you can see here the run matrix mode, you have number 2 the statistics mode, number 3 the E activity mode, and many more. So you can easily go from one mode to the other just by clicking the scroll button here. So for example, we want to go to the run matrix, which is your usual calculator screen. Just press execute, and there you go, you'll be going to that mode. To go back to the menu, just press menu. You'll be going back to the main menu. We will choose what mode you want to go to. Now being a graphic calculator as it is, let's go to its primary function, which is graph mode. So to go to the graph mode, just look for it in the icons. It's number 5. So you can access it just by pressing execute or the number that corresponds to it. So it's 5. So we'll be here. You see the screen will now turn into this. It means we are now inside the graph mode. So the graph function, and then you see y1, y2, and so on. So notice a very important thing here is that you'll be graphing functions. So when you say functions, say y in terms of x. So that's why for every row, you see here y1, the one highlighted in blue, you'll be typing a function of x in terms of function of y in terms of x. Now let's type a function. Let's input a function, a common function of that, a linear function. Let's say the line y is equal to x minus 2. So to graph this, once you've inputted your function, just press execute. Notice that the equal sign there is highlighted, means it's now selected. And then to draw the graph, see here the bottom of the screen, there are choices. Select, delete, type, tool, modify, and draw. The draw is just right, the button below, just right below this draw in the screen is F6. So pressing F6 or execute will do the same thing. It will graph the function. Let's see. So that's the line. Now notice that the graph of the line is in blue, in color blue, because let's go back to when pressing execute, go back to the mode of the graph function. Y1 is in blue. So when you want to type or input another function, let's say this time let's input a quadratic function, the most common y equals x squared. Then pressing execute again means, again you notice that the equal sign is now highlighted again, and this time the color is in red. So when you draw the graph by pressing execute, you will notice that the graph is also in red. So you see, you can always press the cursors, up screen, left screen, and to see the graph. So two graphs can be graphed simultaneously using the calculator. Now going back to the menu, the graph function, just press exit, and you're ready again to type another function if you wish. Now you see, if you will put in the function in the third row in y3, it will be in green. If you put it in y4, it will be in purple, and so on. Alright, so let's put it in the third one, y3 green. Let's input another function. Let's say not so common. So let's say square root of 9 minus x squared. So we're expecting a semicircle here. So again, graphing, pressing equal, As long as the three functions y1, y2, and y3 are all highlighted, all will be drawn in the same screen. See? So all the functions will be drawn in the same screen because they are all highlighted. So if you wish to show just one function, deselect the other selected functions. For example, you want to just show the graph of y2, deselect this one. So just press the button below this one, which is F1. Notice that the equal sign is no longer highlighted, meaning it won't be graph anymore. So if we want to just show the graph of y equals x squared, let's deselect the first one, F1. And notice that among the three functions there, it's only the red one, y2, that's being highlighted. So when you graph it, the graph will just show that function. Okay, so going back to the main menu, the menu of the graph function. And if you want to delete the functions that you've inputted, just highlight the function you want to delete and press this button, delete. So the button just below this one is F2. Press F2 and you'll be asked to delete it. So F1 means yes, so it will be deleted. So let's delete the other functions. Then highlight the third function, you want to delete, press F2 and then F1. Now you can input new functions. So let's try to input the function and see what these other buttons here are about. So let's have, for example, x squared minus 2x minus 8. So again, press execute. It means highlighted, equal sign means it's now ready to be graphed. Press F6 to draw, and that's the function. So if the function is too big for the screen, you can always press shift, and then there are options that will come out. You can zoom out. So this zoom here is the button right below that is F2. So pressing that will be asked options again to zoom out or to zoom in. In this case, we'll be zooming out because the function is the graph is too big for the screen. So zooming out, it's the button below it is F4 to zoom out. Then press execute. So you see the graph is now fitted to the screen. Now there are other more important functions and buttons here if you want to study the graph of a particular function. More importantly, let's have shift and then the options that you're now familiar with, the zoom, the trace one, trace that this mode, this function, the trace, the button below this is F1. So pressing it, you can now trace the function, and it will give you the exact coordinates of every point. So for example, here you have here the point 40, and you can also just type any value, let's say 6, and then pressing equal will give you the exact value of y, which is 16, and it's no longer visible in the screen. It's above, so it's 6 and 16. Okay, and if you want to go back to original screen, you can always press shift and then vwin or the view window option, so F3, and then go back to the initial screen, which is F1. Press execute, then draw the graph again. So it will be shown the first time it appeared. Now let's explore the other options, and for me the more important one, pressing shift and then this one, G solve, which is right above the F5 button. So pressing F5, these are the more important ones. Can give you the roots, the maximum points, the minimum, y-intercept, intersection. If there are one or more, there are two or more curves graph, and then some higher calculations like integral calculation and the likes. So in this example, we'll be getting the roots of the equation, which means where the graph will cross the x-axis. So pressing F1 for the root. So the root will be displayed and it will be negative 2, 0. That's the point. Negative 2, 0. And then press the right cursor for other roots. Give you 4, 0. Okay. Now, the other option is maximum or minimum. So if you press for maximum, which is F2, it will look for the maximum value in the graph of the function. So here, pressing max, it's not found. Why? It's not surprising because the graph is a parabola that opens upward, therefore it has no maximum root. Instead, it will have a minimum root. So let's look for that. Shift, then G solve, which is F5. Minimum is F3. The button right below it is F3. So pressing F3, the minimum point is 1, negative 9. So we can actually look for that. So graph again. Let's see if it's really 1, negative 9. So just press the cursors. Then see this point here, right? The lowest point of the graph. And it is exactly 1, negative 9. So that. So we'll be exploring more of the FX CG20 in the next videos. So hope for now you enjoyed this one. Good day.